contest. Introducing from Grand Rapids, Michigan, he's wearing red trunks. He weighs 232, Buster Mathis. His opponent from Toronto, Canada, wearing black trunks. He weighs 208, the heavyweight champion of Canada, George Chuvalo. Main event, 12 rounds.
Let's see if we get the instructions from referee Harold Valan. Chuvalo being disrobed. Looks very calm. Mathis, the taller of the two by 3 inches. Doesn't quite look it there, though.
Both you boys received your instructions in the office of the New York State Athletic Commission. The compulsory 8 count must be taken. 3 knockdowns in 1 fight terminate the fight. If you're knocked down in any round but the last round, you continue counting through the bell. I want you to watch your low punches, hitting on the brakes, and make it a good, clean fight. Shake 3 knockdowns, George. 3 knockdowns. You got any questions to ask? All right, now when I tell you to break, I want you to step back and break cleanly. Understand?
Joe Fariello asking a question.
No low punches.
He's the trainer of Mathis.
Shake hands now.
They shake hands. Both are below the weights when they fought Joe Frazier. We'll tell you about that later on. They're wearing 8-ounce gloves, scoring in New York on a rounds basis with a supplementary point system if the rounds come out even on an official's card. Chuvalo on the left, Mathis on the right. The fight, a 12-rounder, is underway, and Chuvalo draws the first punch in there. Mathis is a boxer. Chuvalo is a brawler. They tell me that George has been taught how to box, but I'll believe that when I see it. Mathis, a terrific left hook there. With heavyweights, anything can happen, and that has brought out a big crowd. Both have scored heavily already in round 1. Chuvalo's face is already red from the couple of punches he has taken. He is told to keep his punches up by the referee, Harold Valan. Mathis is fighting a much more aggressive fight than he was figured to fight. They thought he'd stay at long range for a few rounds, dance around, box, and he's a fine boxer for a big boy. When Mathis fought in the Olympic trials a few years ago in 1964, he was 300 pounds. Tonight he's 232. When Mathis was stopped by Joe Frazier in the 11th for the heavyweight title, he weighed 243 and a half. Chuvalo was up around 217 when he fought Frazier. Chuvalo's best punch is the left hook, and Mathis is beating the Canadian to the punch, and Chuvalo again is warned to keep his punches up. I will say there's ample body to shoot at when he goes for Mathis. Third time that Chuvalo draws a warning. 1 minute to go in the round, and a bit of pot shotting, and they are mad at each other and also mad at the referee, and Mathis is also mad at the referee besides being mad at Chuvalo. Chuvalo wanted to get Mathis mad. He succeeded, believe me. He's got him boiling. I never saw that before. Did you see that? He dragged the referee away. I doubt if they'll hear the bell in this round. 10 seconds to go in round 1. There's the bell.
never seen anything like that before. The referee is now in the corner talking to George Chuvalo. I'm sure he's speaking about disqualification. He's now crossing over to Buster Mathis. Mathis actually grabbed referee Al Berl by the shoulders and threw him aside in his desire to get back to Chuvalo. Chuvalo had been warned twice about hitting low. After he was warned one more time, referee Al Berl began to move in like he was going to warn him. Buster Mathis took 2 steps back and teed off from around his knees, looking to hit as low as he could. And he caught Chuvalo, who never even flinched. It was then that they really began to get mad at each other. Chuvalo at one time used his head like a paintbrush across the entire face of Buster Mathis. This could be one heck of a night.
Round 2, Buster Mathis, George Chuvalo. Mathis on the left. Mathis had much the better of the first round, but Chuvalo got in some good ones. Chuvalo has been taught how to jab, something he never could do before, and he's got a couple in there. Mathis has good boxing equipment and is mighty fast for a big man. He's light on his feet, as you can see. Harold Valan, the referee. Jose Torres, the former light heavyweight champion, a rooter for Mathis, that keeps yelling relax at him, and Mathis has been tightening up. A hard left hook by Chuvalo. If Mathis gets himself too mad, he can tighten up and run out of gas. A big fight for both of them, and they are big boys. Chuvalo is 6 feet tall, Mathis 6'3". Mathis caught Chuvalo relaxing that time and beat him to the punch. Jose Torres behind us is yelling numbers to Mathis, and that's supposed to be, each number represents a spot on Chuvalo's body where he's supposed to hit him. That's a favorite maneuver of Chuvalo. Hold the left arm around his man and belt the body with the right. He got away with it there. Chuvalo was rocked that time, but he may also have hurt Mathis. I think Mathis would be just as happy if the referee went home, and so would Chuvalo. It's a big round for Mathis. That was a whistling hook, and that was a low left hook by Chuvalo. Oh, it's been a dandy here at Madison Square Garden. 10 seconds to go in round 2. Mathis just stares Chuvalo in the clinches, the bell.
It all began in the tiny village of Wetzlar, Germany, over 200 years ago. There, a young innkeeper named Johann Schaefer first started brewing his own beer. He stored or lagered it in the stone caverns of his cellar to give it a rare lightness and quality. The Schaefer tradition was handed down from generation to generation. And in 1840, Maximilian Schaefer brought the Schaefer recipe to America. Schaefer was America's first lager beer. Even today, it is unique. Schaefer gives you flavor that never fades. Not in the second glass, not in the third. Schaefer has a quality of consistency that sets it apart from every other beer. That's why Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Round 3 of a real brawl at Madison Square Garden. Buster Mathis. and George Chuvalo. There goes Chuvalo down. Let's see if they rule it a knockdown. No, it was caused a slip. It will be a mandatory 8 count on a knockdown. Chuvalo is cut on the left eyebrow. Mathis played a bit of possum there. He may believe he was hurt. It's the right eyebrow in which Chuvalo is cut. Mathis beats him to the punch every so often. They came to see a fight, and they're seeing a dandy here at Madison Square Garden. The winner is supposed to fight Jerry Quarry on March 10th. And that time it was Mathis with a backhand elbow. Chuvalo beating Mathis to the punch. There isn't any question that Mathis is piling up the points. But Chuvalo is landing some buttes, as he did just then. Trying to figure out what 7 is. 1 minute left in round 3. Jose Torres yelling 7. The cut on the right eyebrow of Chuvalo is more pronounced now. Now remember, Chuvalo is getting hit by a man who weighs 232 pounds, and he's 24 years old. The action slowing down for a moment. Chuvalo getting the jabs in and taking. Ten seconds to go in round 3. Chuvalo showing signs of wear. There's the bell.
A tough round. And referee Harold Valan, who in the excitement of the first round called Al Berl, has really had his work cut out for him so far tonight. As we look down at the ring here at Madison Square Garden, many of the ringsiders are talking about the old days. There's Harold Valan. The fabled fights that both fighters just seem to have the inclination to toss the referee out and get to fighting all by themselves. Bummy Davis, the Civics, back in the days of Sandy Sadler, Willie Pep, when the men obviously just had a great deal of distaste for each other as they met across the ring. But as Don has said innumerable times tonight, these are heavyweights, and the punches hurt. That was by far the best round for Buster Mathis, who is working his combinations very well, and it looks like that number 7 number that Jose Torres keeps yelling is a left hook. It is beginning to work very well for Mathis, and he's crossing a right hand over the top.
Round 4 at Madison Square Garden. Mathis ahead on points. Chuvalo very much in there, but maybe tiring a little bit. And now apparently Mathis is going to try to box. Well, that was a pretty good maneuver. Pretty good bounce by Chuvalo. Mathis every so often lapses into his old style of backing up, and when he does, he usually gets tagged and he could be hurt. It's a dangerous maneuver which they have tried to correct. Chuvalo keeping the pressure on now. Mathis with the good combinations. Chuvalo's head was out between the ropes there. Chuvalo coming on now. Mathis trying to keep him off with the jab and the hook. And believe me, Chuvalo has taken a going over in these 4 rounds, but he's still full of fight apparently. Blood beside the right eye of Chuvalo from a cut on his eyebrow. 1 minute to go in this round. Mathis actually showed pain as he went into a clinch. Whether it was from a punch or from the lack of artistry by Chuvalo, I'm not sure. Chuvalo down. Now let's see this. Is that a knockdown? Nope. No knockdown. And again, Mathis has taken charge. A left uppercut for a change. Ten seconds to go in round 4. There's the bell.
This is a more than one beer man. A man who's working on a thirst that one beer won't make a dent in. When this game's over, he'll be good for a couple of beers, maybe more. That's why you can figure him for Schaefer. Schaefer's brewed for the 2nd time around. And the 3rd. Brewed with a quality of consistency that no other beer can match. Schaefer gives you flavor that doesn't fade, pleasure that keeps coming on glass after glass. Schaefer's brewed to go the distance for the more than one beer man.
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Round 5 of a 12-round bout at Madison Square Garden. Buster Mathis of Grand Rapids, 232. George Chuvalo of Toronto, Canada, 208. And I think we're stealing Jose Torre's signs that he's flashing to Mathis. 7 means a jab. 5-2 means a left hook to the head and a right to the body. A wicked right uppercut, catching Chuvalo on the way in. The headlock does not count. As far as the points are concerned, if it goes the limit, there is no question at this point in the fight, in the 5th round, that Mathis is well ahead. Mathis beating Chuvalo again and again. Those are bruising punches. And now Chuvalo is cut above the mouth. To use the old expression, Chuvalo comes to fight. And Chuvalo's only chance seems to be either a lucky punch or Mathis running out of gas. For Mathis has been hit hard himself, no question about it. Like there, for instance. No questioning the excellence of Buster Mathis as a heavyweight, and a full-fledged, mature heavyweight now. He has put on on a superb performance tonight. Mathis has. There have been no knockdowns. Chuvalo's face is taking on a meat grinder aspect. Almost as red as Buster Mathis' trunks. Seconds to go in round 5. There's the bell.
George Chuvalo is a man that it's very tough to tell when he's been hurt. He doesn't change expression. You'd see just about as much change of expression on one of those monuments out at Mount Rushmore when he gets hit. But as we sit at ringside and watch him now and see the net effects, whether he admits to it or not, he has been hit hard, and he is continuing to be hit hard, and he has been hurt. He's got cuts in his left eye, right eye, on the right side of his mouth, on the upper lip, and inside is bleeding heavily. Of course, his seconds are not going to be too concerned about those slices around the eyes. Chuvalo has been a bleeder ever since he's been a fighter. But the fact is, as we watch this fight continue, we're just going into round 6. Chuvalo is beginning to slow down. Buster Mathis might look big and ungainly, but he's a heavyweight with a heavy punch, and he's been scoring better and better as the rounds go on. Chuvalo is going to have to come back from a long way.
Round 6 at Madison Square Garden. Buster Mathis. The trunks with the white stripe on them, and Chuvalo in the dark trunks. If you're looking in black and white, if you're looking in color, Mathis has the red trunks, Chuvalo the black. Mathis beating Chuvalo to the punch again and again. Harold Valan, the referee. Round 6 of a 12-round bout. Mathis is just too fast for Chuvalo most of the time. There's no question that Mathis is outthinking Chuvalo at this point, with 2 minutes left in round 6. Chuvalo has not unloaded the combinations we were told that he would unload, but probably because Mathis has taken the play away from him. I think from now on, Mathis is going to be a tough customer for anyone, even though this bout is far from over, possibly. With a good counter there. He's just going to hope that one of them lands. And one did. One minute to go in the round, and Chuvalo is keeping the pressure on again. Mathis is bleeding from the nose now. And Chuvalo is still full of fight. Seconds to go in round 6. There's the bell.
This is a more than one beer man. A man who's working on a thirst that one beer won't make a dent in. When this day's over, he'll be good for a couple of beers, maybe more. That's why you can figure him for Schaefer. Schaefer's brewed.
Round 7, Madison Square Garden. Buster Mathis on the left. George Chuvalo from Toronto. Again, Mathis boxing beautifully. He's got all the equipment. He shakes his head as referee Harold Valan comes in to break them. Between rounds, Joe Fariello, the trainer, and Nick Florio talked to Mathis to calm him down. He's really wound up tonight and is giving an amazing display of boxing for a big man. Chuvalo is Chuvalo. He's still in there, still throwing them. And nobody ever lived who was gamer. Mathis has been hit some good punches by Chuvalo, but Mathis has taken them well. Meanwhile, Big Buster has piled up the points. This round is half over. And here's Chuvalo grunt as he digs to the body. Mathis is listening to Jose Torres behind us. Told him by signal to jab to the body, and he did. Chuvalo got Mathis off balance that time. Half a minute to go in the round. Seconds to go in round 7. Mathis holds on. The bell.
Big Buster Mathis sitting down now, and sitting down very thankfully. I think something to watch for here is the fact that Buster seemed to lose an awful lot of spring in that round. The body punching that George Chuvalo has been doing, and especially in that round it was marked, is beginning to hurt him. For the first time since the fight began, Mathis showed an inclination to clinch when Chuvalo began to come in tight and close to him. Up until this time, Mathis was able to back off. He's extremely light on his feet for a man that size, and when he was beginning to get hurt, when he was taking the body punches, he was able to spring back out of the way, circle, get away, feint, and duck. He was not in that round. There's no doubt about the fact that Chuvalo has been taking a tremendous amount of punishment up until this time. He's been taking very heavy punches to the head, but he still looks fresh. He is moving as well now as he did in the beginning of the fight. The same is not true of Mathis.
Round 8 of this 12-round bout. Madison Square Garden, the scene. George Chuvalo on the right, Buster Mathis on the left. Now they reverse. Harold Valan, the referee. No knockdowns in the contest, and it has been a contest. Mathis talks to the referee again. As they say in the Senate, it was a colloquy. Chuvalo pulling his trunks up. Chuvalo keeps boring in, and he'll always be dangerous while he's on his feet. In the last couple of rounds, Chuvalo has been scoring more with jabs. Another warning from the referee for hitting on the kidneys. Another cut to Chuvalo's collection. He's got one beside the left eye now. The other was above it, above the right eye. As Jim Gordon said between rounds, it might be a question of stamina. Mathis again bleeding from the left eye as he takes a wayward left to the midsection. There have been no knockdowns. Each has been hit hard. Chuvalo the more often. Half a minute to go in the round. Mathis bothered by the bleeding from his nose. Seconds to go in round 8. There's the bell.
Give me a Schaefer, please.
Pleasure doesn't fade even when your thirst is done. The most rewarding flavor in this man's world for people who are having fun. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
Don Dunphy with Jim Gordon at Madison Square Garden. As Chuvalo gets the 9th round underway, the 12-round bout. Crowd of more than 14,000 enjoying the contest. And it has been rough. Mathis moving and not trading as much now, perhaps to conserve himself for the finish. He didn't conserve himself that time, or Chuvalo either. The speedy Mathis beating Chuvalo to the punch now. May have been hurt by that right hand. He immediately held on. We'll see. He's coasting up there. Mathis crouching a little bit now. He's not keeping that head as high as he did. And he seems to be shortening up on his punches as Chuvalo relentlessly bores in at him. Mathis way ahead on points. A minute to go in the round. Chuvalo's jab is pretty good lately. It's getting in there for him. Solid sending right by Mathis. A real whistler. Ten seconds to go in round 9. There's the bell.
Buster Mathis and George Chuvalo started out this fight tonight, just in case you came in late, like it was going to end awfully early. Both fighters, after Chuvalo had hit low a couple of times, went at each other. One time, Buster Mathis pulled the referee aside. Good look now at some of the punches in the fight, and the way that Mathis has to hold on after that hard punch, the right hand that he took, as Don described the last round to you. And here again, some indication of exactly what type of a fight it's going to be. The punch behind the back of the neck, rapid punch by Chuvalo just before they break. And again, for the second time, this time, clamping a headlock on him and holding him in tight. It has been rough. The old expression in boxing circles, a Pier 6 brawl. I guess if they had Pier 7, they'd try that too. And Buster Mathis, as he sits in the corner, very, very glad for this minute's rest. It's been a grueling fight.
Round 10 at Madison Square Garden. Mathis missing the lead right over the head. That's one of the few times he missed the opening punch of a round. Chuvalo trying to crowd him. Chuvalo must be tired. There's no question about that. For all of his gameness, he has taken quite a going over tonight from the speedy Buster Mathis. But he has fought back gamely and at times has hurt Mathis. Mathis is boxing beautifully and keeping his man off balance. Feinting the left and jabbing with it. Keeping the right back, ready to counter or combo. Chuvalo has to hope he'll get that lucky punch in there. Referee Harold Valan. This round is half over. The fight hasn't got the fireworks it had in the first 2 rounds, but it has been a rugged heavyweight bout all the way. There's a minute to go in this round. You can see that Mathis has all the equipment, a jab, a hook, a combination, an uppercut with either hand. Those jabs by Chuvalo are now flicking with very little power. almost dead tired now. 10 seconds to go in the round. There's the bell.
This is a more than one beer man. A man who's working on a more than one beer thirst. When this game's over, he'll be ready for a couple of beers. That's why he'll be ready for Schaefer. Schaefer's brewed to go the distance. Brewed with a quality of consistency that no other beer can match. Schaefer gives you flavor that doesn't fade. Pleasure that comes through loud and clear glass after glass. Schaefer's brewed for the more than one beer man. The man with a...
Round 11 of this 12-round heavyweight bout at Madison Square Garden. George Chuvalo, I don't know how he lasted that last round. He was dead tired. To keep from getting knocked out, he has to call on a tremendous reserve at this point, as Mathis is way ahead. You can never tell with Chuvalo. He's as game as they come, and he may have the reserve. Mathis has put on a beautiful exhibition, but he ran into a punch there. He ran into a sizzling left hook. But meanwhile, there is blood streaming down the face of George Chuvalo. And now Chuvalo talks to the referee. Chuvalo is getting mad, or rather, Mathis is getting mad again. A low left hook by Chuvalo. The referee takes a good look at Chuvalo's face. He's bleeding around both eyes. And Chuvalo is streaming blood. They may have to stop it. The round is half over. Harold Valan takes another look at Chuvalo's face. Mathis was rocked by a left hook, but he came battling back. Mathis ran into a sizzling left hook. One minute to go, and Mathis seems to be bothered by the blood on Chuvalo's face. "45 seconds to go in the round as Chuvalo is putting on a game effort here. I believe we'll take a look at Chuvalo's corner after the 11th round. They're both battering each other now. Ten seconds to go in round 11. There's the bell. George Chuvalo back in his corner. Irving Ungerman as manager on the right. Freddie Brown, Max Kadam as trainer. And here comes Dr. Campbell of the commission.
Dr. Campbell is working on the far side now, looking at George Chuvalo, who is cut over the left eyebrow and bleeding severely from it. These cuts are not necessarily serious, although they certainly are spectacular. Chuvalo has been a bleeder all the time. Apparently, as we take a look at him here, you can see the blood down the left side of his face. It was just in the corner. It was giving him some trouble with his vision. He was having some difficulty in seeing, but is not serious enough, medically at least, to stop this fight, as the doctor has left the ring now to let the seconds work on George Chuvalo's face. He was marked, he was hurt, but he was still on his feet and wanted to continue. There's
the 12th and final round. Referee Harold Valan has him touch gloves. Chuvalo, for all his bleeding, put on a stirring finish there. Mathis is trying to finish him. Mathis weighs 232. He's 6'3". Chuvalo is 208. He's 6 feet tall. Referee Harold Valan trying to get them apart with 2 minutes left in the fight. Buster Mathis, right back as a contender in the heavyweight picture, no question about it. He'll be a hard man to handle from now on. This giant from Grand Rapids, handled by Piers Management, Jimmy Islin, Mike Martin, Tom Packard, and Mathis talks to the referee again. Now he's talking to Chuvalo. The round is half over. Buster tried to get rough himself that time. One minute to go, and Mathis apparently is going to run out the clock if he can. A desperate right by Chuvalo. Mathis has shown almost everything tonight, including the ability to take a punch. 30 seconds left. There have been no knockdowns. Crowd is applauding. 10 seconds left to go in the round. There's the final bell. Freddie Brown wiping off the face of George Chuvalo, and the crowd is getting on Mathis. The crowd is booing. I don't know why. Mathis did everything he was supposed to do. He put on a great exhibition of boxing. Good hitting, ability to take a punch.
To my right, the fastest way to all transportation.
Going to await the decision of scoring in New York on a rounds basis with a supplementary point system if the rounds come out even on an official's card. And I don't think there's any doubt about who won the fight. As good a fight as it was, and it was a dandy, especially in the early rounds. Jimmy Islin, one of the handlers, a pair of Piers Management, gets up on the side of the ring as Buster Mathis says a prayer and thanksgiving that the fight is over. We're waiting for Jim Gordon to go up and interview the winner of this fight. We'll have the cameras up there. There were no knockdowns. It started out as though it wouldn't go 3 rounds. And Mathis almost lost control of himself at one time, picking up the referee and moving him aside. There's Jimmy Islin talking to Mathis. Mathis was really wound up for this one. There's